Hi everyone, we want to go over Jimmy Neutron's theme tune. Now I want this for basically all the grade 2s, 3s and 4s just as an extra to help their fingers get moving a bit quicker. Some of them have already tried this and you might have already received a different video regarding this. But I noticed last week that some of the girls are still battling a little bit with the reading of it. And like I said, this is to help get the fingers nice and loose and to get coordination between the picking hand moving now and the fretting hand moving here. What the target is something like this. Now the original theme tune from Jimmy Neutron, which they might or might not have watched, should actually be this speed. We didn't have to play it that fast, I just want to get it that it's sounding fun. And I noticed that during the class when I played it to the girls, they all sort of liked it as well, so it's a really good way to get going. Now, let's break it down, and I'm going to focus now more onto the fretting hand. And you're going to zoom nice and close now onto the neck. You'll notice I've numbered my fingers. And everything is going to be played on the 5th string. You can see the string vibrate. Now, you can see it there, and if I sit and zoom in on my picking hand, we can see nice and clearly here as well with the plectrum down, up on the 5th string. Just as a reminder, I know I say it a lot, we always count the strings from the bottom. So this is string 1, string 2, 3, 4 and 5. And you'll notice on the PDF file for Jimmy Neutron, everything, all the notes are only on the string, so it makes it a really nice, easy one to get familiar with. Okay, so just to recap before we do it, everything is played on the 5th string, and all the notes are going to be in pairs. In other words, you first do 2 zeros, do 2 3s and so on. And if I zoom in on the top hand again, you can see and hear the 2 zeros are the open and the 2 3s are the first finger, fret 3. But let's quickly have a look at the tab, and then we can move on and learn this slowly but surely. Here's the tab now. On the tab you can see it starts with 2 red zeros highlighted between the green notes. So there's no fingers on it all, you're simply playing the 5th string we just mentioned before the tab open, so it's down, up, just 2 strokes, and the speed is not important, so the girls can start at any speed they like. That's quite acceptable. Now we go to the next numbers. You can see the following 2 numbers are 3s, they're now highlighted in red, and that means fret number 3. And if we're not sure the fret numbers, because I've noticed some of the girls are still a little hesitant about frets versus fingers versus strings. They see 3 and they're not sure, is it string 3 or is it finger 3 or is it, what does the 3 mean? Please sit with them and explain to them 3 means fret number 3. Now this gap here is the 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, and you'll notice that number 3 is written on the 5th string, so that 3 that's highlighted now is going to be the 3rd fret on that 5th string, and it should sound like this. Okay, we got that, so now we can go to the next numbers. This time you'll notice we saw 2 red 5s. This means 5th fret, and fret 5 is where I've got my 3rd finger now. You'll notice my fingers are numbered, so using the correct finger is very important. I notice some of the girls like doing this, and then move the whole hand up, which we'd try to avoid. We'd rather go from the open to the 3. 3 uses finger 1, and when we go to the 5, it is a bit of a stretch, so we are allowed to take that finger off to help the stretch. And there we can see nice and clearly finger number 3, but it's fret number 5. Remember, the numbers are fret numbers. Now, with the classes I said for the homework for last week, you have to go from the 0 to the 3s, to the 5s, and we join them all together to sound like this. Okay, that was the initial homework. We're going to leave it at that for the time being, but if they've got a bit of time, I want to add in 2 more 3s after that, so we at least finish off the first half. And we can see now we're back to the 3s on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. So if you put the first 4 groups together, in other words, the 2 zeros, the 2 3s, 2 5s, back to the 2 3s, we actually have the first bar taken care of, and slow motion should sound like this. Okay, one more time, but this time I'm going to make sure you can see left and right hand, so you can see the picking hand with it. Zoom out a little bit there. And I'm going to count 2, 3, 4, so if the girls want to play through with, they can. That'd be pretty cool. And first of all, very slowly. 2, 3, 4. One more time, bit of a different angle. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if they want to go a little bit faster, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now if they want to do the rest of the song, in other words the second half, and you compare the first half with the second half, you'll notice the only change is the 6s in the second bar. So the first bar, basically the first half, is you've got 2 sections, section 0353, and then the second half on your tab is 0653. To get that 6, I want to use the pinky. So pinky goes to fret number 6, and then back to 5 and 3 0. So they don't have to do that, but if they've got a bit of time, that'd be great. And if they're not sure how to read it, please drop me a WhatsApp, because the sooner they can read, the sooner we understand the reading and get it nice and smooth, the faster we can progress. So we've done some pretty cool things so far the first few weeks. The progress is good, but I just want to isolate 1 or 2 trouble areas. In other words, can they understand fully strings versus frets versus fingers? Like I said, sometimes they get the number 3 confused between string number, finger number, fret number. If you're not sure, drop me a WhatsApp, and I'd love to see a video of the girls playing the song as well, so we can see how the techniques are looking. And to sign off, we're going to do it one more time. And if the girls have watched Jimmy Neutron, he always says, "Got a blast," and he goes. And there we have it. Have an awesome week. Take care.